Hi everyone, I'm Pam. Welcome to my channel, Stitching in the Land of Good Enough. This is Flosstube number 82. Today is Tuesday, January 31st. This is try number 3 in filming a video because I'm disorganized. If you're new here, welcome. This is a channel where I talk about cross stitch and my store, Stitch New England, and life updates and bird updates because I love my backyard birds. I don't have a backyard bird update though. I have an indoor bird update. I'll say it right now because I'll forget if I don't say it now. My parents have a bird, a conure. I don't know indoor birds, but they have a bird. His name is Pepito. I just call him Pito. And I'm a little scared of him because he bit me once. So I don't usually, like, he comes out of his cage. I don't usually like him on me. But my sister looked like she was having such a good time yesterday. He was like on her head and he was preening her hair. And I thought, I want Pito on my head. And he was so he did. He hopped over on my head and he was like playing with my hair and eating my glasses. And then he pooped on me. That was the first. That's my bird update this week. Let's talk about cross stitching. What is going on what have I been stitching on since last Tuesday? I'm loving this. I am keeping track of everything in my book of days. It's not pretty. There's no stickers, but it is keeping track for me, so I don't have to remember anymore. I'm loving it. And I do have an announcement later in the video where I'm gonna announce the winner to my last book of days that was in the shop. But right now we're talking about stitching. So since we've chatted last, I stitched on 4 things. I stitched on my shop project. So the project I always have going in the store is for this year. I'm stitching the whole series of cottage garden samplings, new series, the snowman collector. This is the first one, the needle worker. Third one is in the shop. I'll show you later when we get to shop update. Anyway, so I'm currently working on this one. I'm stitching all 12 on one piece of fabric with the free border that you get at Cottage Gardens website. And here I stitched on it just once since we chatted last time. So there's not a ton of update going on. I stitched more in this patchwork section of his jacket. I started stitching some of the 2 bunnies. I needed to finish a thread color, so I stitched a little bit of a button. There's where we're at. The plan is to get everything stitched except the white part of the snowman, and then I'm gonna move on to the next one. I'm stitching it on 20 count Aida, light mocha, maybe, mushroom, 1 strand of floss. And then, so I'm gonna interject my stitching update with, I host 2 Zooms every month, a Hawk Run Hollow and a Fancy Folk Zoom. And I had to cancel the Fancy Folk Zoom because the Zoom account that I had been using was a secondary account of my husband's for somewhere that he got through, like a place where he teaches. But he hadn't been teaching there as often. They only had so many accounts. They needed to give that account to somebody else. I lost that Zoom account. I don't have access to it anymore. So I need to get a Zoom account. Hopefully before next month, hopefully within the next week, because I don't want to cancel Hawk Run Hollow. So, but I have to get like one of the paid ones because the free ones apparently you can only Zoom for like 45 minutes and then you have to stop and start over again. And I'm like not having that. So if you are in either of those groups with me, they are closed currently. But if you are in either of those groups with me, stay tuned. I'm going to be sending out emails. I'll let you know what's going on. All right. So I was supposed to do that on Thursday night and that got canceled. So I got out Gilmore Girls because I'm touching Gilmore Girls. That's not the name of the project. The name of the project is The Raining Loreleis by Forbidden Fiber Co. It's going to look like this. I'm getting it out twice a month because I'm listening to a bi-monthly, an every 2 week, bi-weekly podcast about the Gilmore Girls, and so twice a month it comes out, and it just so happens that I ended up working on it 3 days in a row, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, because I had 3 podcasts I wanted to listen to about the Gilmore Girls, and it took me the 3 nights to get through them all. So here is where we're at. So what did I work on in that time period? I finished this block. So it says Stars Hollow, founded 1779. I started the snowflake that goes over here, and that's that. It'll come out again next month. So this will for sure get finished within the next few months. I've got a center octagon here and one down here, and then the connecting things, and then it's done. So I'm thinking a few months. I am running low on one of the threads. So it was a kit, and one of the skeins that it came with in Omnia Paratus, this color, like that's how much I have left. It's not going to be enough, but I was in Forbidden Fiber Co.'s Floss Club for a while. So I think I actually have a skein of that floating around my house. So I will have to look through my stash and see if I have it. And if not, I hope I can order more because it was not enough. Okay. Anybody else who stitched that? Did you have enough thread? Is it just me? Am I doing something wrong? Okay. And then the next project, I'm going through my whips in order of start date this year, like on a rotating basis. So the next one that was up to be touched was Autumn by the Cross-Eyed Cricket. I always say the Cricket Collection, Cross-Eyed Cricket. I don't know what the difference is. Like, why are they the Cross-Eyed Cricket and it's the Cricket Collection? Are there Cross-Eyed Crickets that aren't the Cricket Collection? Somebody explain this to me. So I'm working on Autumn. I have the U finished, the M finished, so I was working on the N. And I got it done. Spoiler alert. Actually, I got it 99.9% done. So here's where we're at. So I worked on the N. The turkey was actually mostly stitched when I got it out, but I did have to finish his little tail feathers down here. I needed to put his beak on and stitch his eyeball. So then I stitched the N and all the little acorns and their leaves. So the only thing I have left is I was missing the color that goes right here for his like wiggly red thing. What do you call those? Wiggly red thing is not the technical term. Wattle? Is that right? So I have to grab that color from the store. I swear, if you look in my stash, it looks like I have every DMC ever made, but apparently not, because I'm always missing something for a project. I probably own it. It's in with another project somewhere. So I think that's it. I wasn't sure if I was going to continue on, but then I looked at the T and I was like, that just seems like a lot of stuff I have to pay attention to. So the T will get done next time it's ready to get touched. And then lastly, it was time to touch my temps. I do a weekly. I touch my daily temperature stitch along on a weekly basis instead of a daily basis. I am doing the temperature calendar. I think that's all it's called, by Zara Design Studio. I always say one of these days, I'm gonna write it in my calendar for February so that I don't have to say. Anyway, it was an Etsy shop that I found the pattern on. I'm stitching it on 18 count with 2 strands. And here is where we are at. We're gonna chat about the border in a second. So that was last week right here. So it was cold again and then it was warm. Do you see all of these green blocks? They're like in the 50s. This is actually, the news told me last night it is the 3rd warmest January that Rhode Island has had. So the first two warmest were in like the 1930s. And then this year, super warm. It's like crazy warm. Although for a brief 36 hours, Friday night into Saturday morning, so Friday into Saturday, we're going to have a little Arctic blast. It's going to last like 24 to 36 hours. We're going to have -6 degrees when we wake up Saturday morning, and then it will get up to be like maybe 12 to 15 degrees all day, and then that's it. When we're back up into the 40s. So weird. It's a weird winter. Anyway, the border. So, and then it was continue. I finished the February calendar. And so I decided to move around the border. And then last night I realized that I messed up on this side. I left out one of these little blocks of colors, and then I was two stitches too high, so it's not going to meet up. So I'm going to have to do some fudging because I'm not unstitching. I will unstitch this little line. I'll bring it back down. It's just going to be shorter than all the other colors, and that's going to be fine because I'm not restitching anything. So that's where it's at. I've never not had a border meet up before. I'm glad I discovered it too soon. I could figure out where the problem was. It's easily fixable. Or I guess I should say it's easily fudgeable. Easy enough to make good enough. Nobody is looking at these. I'm not hanging them on my wall. So they're just for me. That was it. So tonight, the next whip in the rotation is going to be the Goth Moth. It's an ornament by Satsuma Street in which I'm 90% done. I just have to do a little back stitching and put the beads and sequins on, and then it's done. No excuse, Pam, no excuse. So I had a little monthly recap because I can do that now that I'm keeping track. In the month of January, I had 2 new starts, 0 finishes, but if I finish Goth Moth tonight, that may get amended. I don't see it happening, but in case it does, I may have had 1 finish. I worked on 9 different whips this month, and the thing that I touched the most, which actually is a little surprising to me, was the Snowman Collector. I touched it 9 times this month. Mostly because I stitched on it, I brought it home twice and stitched on it at home instead of just at the shop. Because I have to tell you, it takes all of my self-control not to bring it home every night. It's really, really fun. And it's the thing I kind of want to be stitching all the time. And I have to keep telling myself, you're going to touch it at least once a week. It's going to be fine. You have other things to work on. It's a marathon with that one. Don't burn yourself out. Okay. Then what? Then what did we do? So that was it for stitching. That brings us to, let's do giveaway winners. So I did 2 giveaways last video. I was giving away the Book of Days, 2023 Book of Days. This is my last one. I don't have any more for sale on the shop. The winner of this one is, I'm going to kill your name. I apologize. It's Jacqueline Liebfried. You won. I have your address. I will send it to you. And then the winner of the hummingbird chart, thank you, Linda, was Suzanne Camp. Yay, Suzanne Camp. Yay. Yay, Jacqueline too. But I killed your name and I apologize. All right. That brings us to shop updates because we've already done bird update. Poop on the head, all the things. First thing I want to talk about for shop update, Nashville Market. The hub and I are going. The emails have already started. The market release emails have started to roll into my inbox over the weekend. My heat's going to kick on again. I apologize. So this week, you will notice at some point before Friday, in the shop section of my website, stitchnewengland.com, there's going to be a market pre-order section. It's going to be a little different than I did it last year. where the market pre-orders had their own like page. This year, they're going to be just a separate category within the normal shop section of the website. So by Friday, that will be up and running. And as I get the emails, I'm going to start putting them onto the website. So everything doesn't go up at once. I have no idea what's being released. So as I get notified about what I can pre-order, I will put them on my page for you to pre-order, if that makes sense. I will take pre-orders for items that you know are being released at market that I do not have on my webpage. I just, I don't like to take money in advance for items that I cannot pre-order, if that makes sense. I only take your payments for pre-orders in advance of things that I can pre-order. Does that make sense? It gives me anxiety to know that I have somebody's money for something that maybe I don't get. Anyway, is that all I need to say about market? Oh my gosh, sieve my brain. I have to write everything down. I keep a nice organized spreadsheet for my market pre-orders, by the way. Website, pre-orders, we're good. And my cutoff date for pre-orders is going to be earlier this year than it was last year, because the hub and I are leaving a few days earlier for market than we left last year. We have not been on a little vacation in a while, so we're gonna leave a couple days early and spend a whole day in Nashville, which we didn't get to do last year, because when you're at market, you're at market. We left the hotel last year at market one time for lunch. That was it. Okay, so we chatted about market pre-orders. What's new in the shop this week? Okay, I got the new heartstring samplery charts in, super cute. Key to my heart says, "You hold the key to my heart." I mean, I like this flower right here. And I've got a white fuzzy on me. Kate Adkin, which is a faithfully reproduced antique sampler. It's very pretty. Okay. Obviously, I got the third in the series. So the new snowman collector. He's a shepherd. Can we talk about his sweater vest? I mentioned last time, I love me a sweater vest. I love this little sheep's face. He's so happy. He's so happy he's being held. Super cute. I like him. I have a new Stitches by Ethel. A hat for winter. Adorbs. I love these charts. I especially like the ones that have the crows, but this one's cute as well. I have the third in the series of the Big City Christmas by Country Cottage Needleworks. This one is Toy Story. Sorry for the glare. These are not new, but they're new in my shop. So I have two Barbara Annas, Bountiful Dreams. I can't say bountiful. I love Barbara Anna. And Steampunk Fox. So those are new in my shop. I love the little houses. I just do. Okay. And then I have some new Tiny Modernists. This one is my favorite. Oh my gosh. Night Terrarium. It's lovely. Lovely. Valentine signs. I love all these Valentine charts. Super cute. Speaking of Valentine charts, I did get a fresh batch of Big Hearted Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. It was released last year, but I just ordered more. If you are seeing people stitch it right now, because it's a Valentine chart, and I stitched it last year, still to be FFO'd. Anyway, there's a new batch of those in the shop as well. And then Tiny Modernist's new series, this is number 1. It's a 7-part mystical sampler. So this is the first one, Make Today Magical. You got this like moon situation, some crystals. So where's the blurred out, what it's gonna look like. This one, I haven't done a Tiny Modernist stitch along in a while. And I mean, I'll be honest, I'm probably not gonna do this one while it's a stitch along, but this looks like it wants to live in my daughter's house. So I gotta think hard on that. All right, that's it. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. I mean, the big thing right now for me at the shop is getting ready for market. That's it. Okay, that's it. Even faster than last week. I will see you all next week. In the meantime, I hope you are all safe and healthy and happy and getting lots of stitching time in. And that's it. Bye, everyone.